This week, an argument over a parking spot explodes into violence. Plus, a man is accused of attempting to kidnap a 6-year-old boy in Coney Island. And
yeah, if you stay here long enough, you see everybody over here using drugs.
Calls growing louder to clean up an open-air drug market in the Bronx. Right now, Fox 5's Crime in the City. For our first story this week, we begin in the Homecrest section of Brooklyn, where a 90-year-old man was struck and killed by a moped while crossing the street.
Police are investigating a fatal moped hit and run.
Good day's Briella Tomasetti is there live right now in the Homecrest section of Brooklyn with the very latest in the video. It's kind of tough to watch. Briella?
Yeah, it's quite tragic. It's very sad. And, you know, there is a makeshift memorial across the street from where we're standing, that intersection where the collision took place, Kurt and Rosanna, a memorial for that 90-year-old victim who lived just about a block away from here and who was carrying out his regular morning routine when he was struck and killed. Police say the operator of the moped had the right of way. He had the green light, but there are questions as to why he didn't see the victim coming. That hit and run caught on surveillance video. According to the NYPD, it happened at about 9:30 Tuesday morning at the intersection of East 14th Street and Avenue U in the Homecrest section of Brooklyn. The footage shows 90-year-old Cho Tzia in the crosswalk walking against the light when the blue moped hit him. The operator then picked up the moped, moved it away, parked it, and checked on the victim, who was lying unconscious in the street. Witnesses say he stayed at the scene for a few minutes as passersby stopped to see what was going on.
He came out of the bakery and he's walking this way, and a scooter came from east to west, hit him, and then the bike fell down. He got back on the bike and he went back this way.
They go fast. They ride the moped, especially food delivery. They're kind of in a rush to deliver the food.
Someone called 911, but by the time police arrived on scene, the operator of the moped had already gotten back on the bike and left. Investigators are hoping someone recognizes him from the footage and calls police. The 90-year-old victim was taken to NYU Langone Hospital, Brooklyn, where he later died. Locke, the owner of the local bakery the victim visited, was one of the last people to see him alive.
The gentleman come here every day, have a coffee, like regular routine, and after he left, for a couple minutes later, there was another elderly came back and saying like, oh, I almost got hit by a bike, and someone got hit already. So we went outside and see what's going on, and we saw that our customer on the floor covered with the blood already.
According to statistics released by the Daily News, 56 people in the city have been fatally struck by a vehicle so far this year, not including the incident we're talking about right now that, again, happened on Tuesday. That is lower, though, than the 68 people who were fatally struck at this same time last year. Still all around a tragic story here out of Brooklyn.
We now head to Ridgewood, Queens, where an ongoing clash over a parking spot exploded into violence.
Parking is, of course, tight all over the city, but things have gotten out of hand in Queens, where a woman tried to nab a spot in Ridgewood.
Fox 5's Richard G. Cobas shows us the fight that escalated quickly.
Even in the middle of the day during a busy work week, there are no parking spots to be had along this stretch of Putnam Avenue in Ridgewood, Queens. And this week, the fight to nab one of those coveted spots got just as hot as the summer heat.
I've literally burnt a quarter of a tank driving around this neighborhood at night. Comes 5 o'clock, forget about parking here.
Cell phone video from Monday night shows a woman standing in the middle of the street asking if she could park her car into a spot that appears to be blocked off by garbage cans.
When you drive by and see trash cans in the street, that's not right. It's not fair.
Police tell us that a 21-year-old woman got into a heated argument over a parking spot outside 18-28 Putnam Avenue with several people standing on the sidewalk. In the video, less than 30 seconds, the person in the white T-shirt lunges at the woman. Another person pounces, and soon it's 3 against 1. Cops say the victim was punched multiple times in the face and body, causing her substantial pain. Video shows that woman dressed in all black on the ground, getting slapped, all because neighbors say this mother-daughter duo was saving a parking spot. Like one man describes it, it's every person for themselves in this part of town, at least when it comes to getting a spot.
Yeah, it's hooray for me and screw you. That's just the way it is.
After a few minutes, police arrive and arrest the mom, and witnesses say the woman who was fighting for the spot eventually won it, but had to endure a physical fight that neighbors say is not the solution.
Yeah, I thought they would have better, sense than that.
Police tell us that they arrested 2 women that night and charged both with assault. Meanwhile, the victim was treated at the scene by EMS and is still recovering. There's a local advocacy group, though, that says there's a bigger problem here, and it's this parking issue that's been plaguing this neighborhood for more than a decade, and they say something needs to be done about it.
Down in Coney Island, a man is under arrest after the NYPD says he attempted to kidnap a 6-year-old boy. The incident all caught on video.
Attempted kidnapping caught on camera. This unsettling video shows a man snatch a boy off the street in Coney Island with his parents quickly chasing after.
Fox 8's Kendall Green is live in Brooklyn. Kendall, the video is just heart-stopping, and you actually talked to the mom and the little boy. How are they doing tonight?
Hey, good evening, Steve and Natasha. This family tells me they just came to Coney Island to enjoy the amusement park, to eat some popcorn and make memories with their families, just like many of the families do come out here. And things just took a turn when the suspect tried to attempt to kidnap this 6-year-old within feet of his family, and it was all caught on camera. Now, 36-year-old Jonathan Robolino is under arrest tonight. Police say that he's the man seen in this video attempting to run off with the child in Coney Island last night. And the boy's parents tell us the family was walking together from the amusement park just before 10 p.m. near the intersection of Surf and Stillwell Avenues, and that's when they say Robolino literally picked up the child like a football, and the child can be heard on camera calling for one of his parents as he was lifted off the sidewalk. Now, thankfully, he didn't get too far, but we caught up with the child's mom and asked her about the moment last night, watching her child in a stranger's arms, inching further and further from safety.
Somebody ran to him and scooped him up, unbeknownst to me. I heard him yell. I turn around. There's a complete stranger with my son footballing him like a football, holding him in his arm and running away. I run towards him. I say, hey, what happened? He ignores me, keeps running. When he saw he couldn't outrun me, he slammed him to the ground mid-air. Head hit the concrete. His knees hit the concrete. He's screaming. I couldn't worry about that. I had to go catch him because the police were doing nothing.
It was scary. I bumped into the guy to go to the candy shop to get popcorn, and the guy threw me on the ground for a reason. Then all the people said, stop. He threw me on the ground.
Mr. Robolino, what made you grab that 6-year-old child? Anything to say to his parents? Now, that was the suspect being walked from the 60th precinct, and Robolino is facing charges that include assault, attempted kidnapping, and failure to exercise control of a minor. Now, that 6-year-old was taken to the hospital for evaluation, and he and his parents, they returned back out here to tell their story. They said they did not want to let that incident ruin their experience, which was supposed to be a good one here on Coney Island.
Up in the Bronx, the NYPD says a 21-year-old man was shot right across the street from a public pool in Crotona Park.
What was meant to be a pool day to beat the heat for many families in the Bronx ended with gunfire.
Yep, that's right. We're learning more about this situation this morning. Good day's Briella Tomasetti. She's in the Claremont section of the Bronx with what we know so far. Briella.
Dana Tashani, that shooting left a 21-year-old man in critical condition. He is currently recovering at St. Barnabas Hospital as police continue their search for the shooter. We don't know what led up to the shooting, but we do know it happened on a hot summer holiday weekend. Families and children were in this area, and it happened right before the Crotona Park pool, right here behind me, was scheduled to reopen for its afternoon session. According to investigators, gunfire rang out just after 3:30 3:30 near the intersection of Fulton Avenue and East 173rd Street, right across the street from the public pool. Officers responded to the area and found an unresponsive 21-year-old man with a gunshot wound to the neck. He has yet to be identified by police. Emergency crews flooded the scene and first responders rushed him to the hospital. Crime scene tape lined the roadway as the NYPD's crime scene unit canvassed the street for evidence. A single shell casing sat under a rock and a red plastic cup at the scene. Neighbors told the Daily News the playground where the shooting unfolded is a trouble spot notorious for gang activity, especially in the summertime. At the end of May, a 21-year-old man was killed after being shot in the head at the same location. And according to the latest NYPD crime stats, shooting incidents in the 42nd precinct, which is where this happened, are up year-to-date by nearly 12%. Yesterday, the Crotona Park pool was closed early due to the investigation, but the Parks Department tells us that it will reopen according to schedule at 11 o'clock this morning. Again, no arrests have been made in this case.
And finally, we end in the South Bronx, where open-air drug activity and public safety issues continue to disrupt both the community and local businesses.
And now to an update on a story that you first saw here on Fox 5, an open-air drug market creating a mess in part of the South Bronx.
All right, Fox 5, Stephanie Bertini joins us live from Mott Haven, where calls are growing to clean up this huge problem. Stephanie.
Steve, Natasha, as you both know, we've been covering this for quite some time. My colleague Arthur Chen was the first to break stories about this topic, and now we're hearing Congressman Richie Torres demand the Adams administration fix this, and the Adams administration says that's exactly what's happening.
At 149th and Melrose Avenue, an area known as the Hub in the South Bronx, you'll find drug use, drug sales, public defecation, and other quality of life problems, all related to what people around here and officials know as an open-air drug market. Fox 5 News has been reporting on explicit drug use and other issues in the area since September 2024, and it's all gained more and more attention, but the problems persist.
Yeah, if you stand here long enough, you see everybody over here using drugs.
From the Roberto Clemente Plaza to the surrounding streets.
If you go around the corner on that strip, they sit on the side, they do needles, kids is walking by.
You've witnessed this?
Oh, yes.
People who live and work around here say it's all out of control.
Our concern is the drug activity, gang violence. It's terrible.
And business owners say it's all affecting their bottom line.
Getting worse and yes, every day.
From the streets to a news conference, Congressman Richie Torres is asking the city to fix the problem once and for all.
We are calling upon the mayor to definitively crack down and end the open-air drug market in the South Bronx.
Alongside other community leaders and business owners, the congressman announcing the release of a report which details the problem in the area and the pressure he's putting on the Adams administration to fix it. NYPD Deputy Commissioner of Operations Kaz Daughtry says while the NYPD cracks down on drug sales, drug use is more complicated.
We need to get these individuals help that they need. Over 3,000 summonses issued over here, multiple arrests over here, but this is not something that we want to arrest our way out of. If somebody's sitting on a bench and just sitting there not doing anything, we just can't go there and forcibly tell him to move.
On this Wednesday, a heavy police presence in the area. The Adams administration says it's assessing the problem further and working on how to address it fully.
That's this week's Crime in the City. Subscribe for more at youtube.com/Fox5NY.